during their journey to adulthood, but it can be difficult to bear witness to the intensity with which your child experiences those feelings when they haven't yet acquired the skills to deal with or regulate them. You may feel uncertain whether the emotional difficulty your child is experiencing is typical for children of their age or evidence of a serious developmental issue or mental health condition. The search for answers and solutions can provoke a whole host of other uncomfortable feelings. Why is this happening? Is it my fault or my spouse's, partner's, ex's fault? Am I overreacting? Is my child in the wrong school or the wrong class or being influenced by the wrong friends? Am I a bad parent? What should I do for my child? Whether the child you are concerned about is a tantrum-throwing toddler or a teenager with depression and anxiety, these are the questions that keep you up at night and make daily life difficult. They create a sea of confusion and an unsettling uncertainty about the future, not only your child's future, but yours. One of the ways we try to better tolerate the uncertainty we feel when we're worried about a child is to quickly enter into problem-solving mode. Our minds become engaged in a perceptual process of assessing the situation, thinking about the problem, trying to figure out why the problem exists, and what needs to be done to solve it. We may feel that if we don't immediately intervene, the problem is going to persist or worsen. Paradoxically, though, this problem-solving mode of thinking can lead to a heightened sense of worry, fear, dread, sadness, or even anger. Everyone always says that parenting is hard. You likely already know that to be true, and sometimes it's not all that validating or helpful to hear. Very often, people with troubled kids feel alone in a world full of normal, happy families, isolated with the unbearable weight of their child's pain. That's why the National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI, asked me to write this book. As NAMI's associate medical director and a child psychiatrist who has treated several families with children who are living with mental health conditions, and as a mother, there is at least one thing I'm sure of. While your situation may be unique, and your child certainly is unique, you are not alone. The challenges that come along with being a parent of a child who is experiencing a mental health issue, and the desire to form a sense of community to support caregivers who are going through this same experience, is at the heart of NAMI's origin story. We're an organization that was formed in 1979 after two mothers who both had children living with schizophrenia decided to meet to share their experiences navigating their role as caregivers while supporting their children with severe mental illness. The power of those meetings and the exchange of ideas and support ultimately drew a community of other caregivers of children with mental illness, which expanded again to include people living with mental health conditions themselves, who found empowerment and comfort in support from others who had shared similar experiences. Over the years, NAMI has grown from a lunch meeting of two mothers to an organization that now has more than 600 local affiliates and 49 state organizations across the United States. The nation's largest grassroots organization focused on improving the lives of individuals living with mental illness. NAMI aims to be a beacon of hope and recovery, and its mission is centered on the lived experiences of families and individuals who are impacted by mental illness. People turn to NAMI, our support group sessions, our educational workshops, and our social media platforms to get the tools and resources necessary to navigate their mental health journey and to feel less alone. NAMI's programming has also evolved over the years. We seek to provide concrete tools and resources for caregivers to support their children through support groups and educational workshops such as NAMI Basics and NAMI Family to Family. Additionally, through NAMI's youth and young adult initiatives,